haven't been filming because I just had inspiration strike, so I just went with it. But this is what it's currently looking like. This is just permanent black ink, like a Sharpie marker. I have taped it to my desk because if you don't know, when you add water to paper, it can like shrivel, move, warp. So I always tape it to my desk when I'm doing watercolour. The inks that I like to use, they're Art Spectrum inks. I've had them for a very long time, so hopefully they're still okay. And I also use Koi watercolours. This is just a travel pack that I got many moons ago, but it works perfectly. I do find that they get a little bit muddy. I don't know whether that's just because of the palette or whether it's the way I use it, but I do really like those. And I just used a light box to transfer it onto here. So I will, once I've finished it, I'll pull it all apart so you can see the sketch underneath. But yeah, that is what we are working with. Let's get started. This is the original sketch that I based everything off. It'll make a bit more sense when we get to the end and I pull it all apart, and you can clearly see that's where it all began and how I got to where I am at this point. So I do acknowledge that I have my hand in front of the camera for a good portion of this, and I do apologize. There's not much I can do about that now. I know for next time when I'm filming, it must just be, I don't know, must just be the way I like to sit. I was wondering whether you prefer watching these videos sped up or whether you would prefer to see some closer details when you're watching this at like normal speed. From a filming perspective, it is a lot easier to just set and forget the camera. It also means that I'm focusing on the art and not the way that it's filming. Eventually, maybe one day I'll get a secondary camera from a different angle so I can switch in between the views. That way I'll be able to include a little bit more detail. I would have really liked to include the drawing process in this because it was actually a lot of fun, and as you saw, like the sketch was it was lacking a lot of detail, and I actually did I'm pretty sure I did like this entire image, apart from I had to get a reference picture for the graveyard in the background, and I needed a reference picture for like the security camera footage that she's looking at. But apart from that, this was all from my mind. I didn't use reference for a lot of it, which obviously using reference is totally fine. I use it all of the time. It's more like, I'd say it's more than just fine. It's recommended. There's a lot of different opinions out there on whether or not you should use references or how heavily you should use them. But I am 100% like, I think it improves your art. It allows you to grow as an artist, and it also allows you to like form habits. And once you study anything, this is like, you know, if you're studying through university or through school, those topics that you're studying, you practice and practice and practice so that you can have that knowledge ingrained. It's the same with visual knowledge. If you're looking at something long enough and you look at it consistently and you try and draw that consistently, then it's going to become muscle memory, and it's going to become like knowledge that you hold. Oh, yep, you know, this is the way that a hand should look when it's in this position, or that's the way that, you know, the anatomy of a heart looks. Like the things that you draw more often, they're going to be things that you will be able to draw without reference when you move forward. I just wanted to explain what this painting is actually of. If you've watched any of my previous painting videos, I've been doing a series where I am creating a bunch of different paintings with acrylic paint, and they are based off songs. So I will listen to a song, however it makes me feel, whatever I can see while I am listening to that song, I then paint it, and those paintings I am eventually going to make into a tarot card deck. So far I am up to, how many was it? I think 19 or 20 images. I am genuinely enjoying it. For those who don't know or who aren't familiar with tarot decks, there are 78 cards in a tarot card deck. Yeah, so I still have a long way to go. But my thought pattern was,
Originally I was like, yep, I'm going to do them all exactly the same size canvas. They're all going to be acrylic paint. And then as I started getting further and further into the process of creating this, and I was thinking about how creativity works, I didn't want to limit myself, and I wanted to be able to create anything that I want to create in any medium, because those who have been around a while know that I create digital art. I do watercolor, ink, sculptures, acrylic, anything that you can think of, honestly. Spray paint art. Sometimes I'll mix mediums. I have fun with whatever I'm doing, and however I'm feeling at that time, that's usually what will come out in my art. That is what I have decided to do with this series. It's not just going to be acrylic, it is going to be anything that I choose. Maybe it may even just be a sketch sometimes. This is The Things I Do for Love by Blood Nymph, I think. Anyway, I'll put a picture up here so you can see what I'm talking about. It is explicit. Is that how you say it? It is explicit. It has explicit language in it. Yeah, obviously, if you don't enjoy that kind of thing, don't listen to it. Or if you have kids around, maybe listen to it yourself. I also am rambling, I get that, but there's another update I wanted to share with you, is that I'm going to be doing market stalls soon. So obviously market stalls only apply to those people that are local to my area. You head over to my website, you'll be able to see where I'll be doing the next market. I haven't updated that as we're speaking today, but hopefully I'll get that updated soon. So I'm creating kids potion kits. I've got prints of all my art, just knicky-knacks. There'll be like stickers and greeting cards, Christmas cards, because it's nearly Christmas, all sorts of things like that. I don't know whether I'll be doing an online store yet. Very exciting. I'll hopefully update you more on that and the process of that when I do a studio vlog at some point too. But yes, until next time, friends, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!